What's up, guys? Joe White here, and I was just thinking, news just broke a little while ago. Well, it didn't break a little while ago. It's been out for a while that Sami Zayn, the rumor going around is that Sami Zayn is not going to be around for the rest of the year. And you know what? I think that's probably best. Given how he's been squashed pretty much by Owens the last two matches, fans have kind of gotten dull on him. I mean, the way he's been booked has not necessarily been great. He won the title, and then he abruptly lost it, and then it's just him and Owens. He lost it within a month of him getting it, and it was just kind of like Kevin Owens came in, and maybe this is life imitating art. The two are friends, but kind of Owens came in and just stole the spotlight from Zayn, and Zayn is now, second banana to Owens. Not second banana in my book by any means. I love me some Sami Zayn. But I just feel like the way they booked him, they kind of took him from here down to here. Owens was right here, and now Owens is up here, and anyway. I feel like they could have done a lot better by him. I feel like they hot-shotted, they were right to hot-shot Owens a little bit, but they did not protect Zayn enough, if you catch my drift. Do I make sense here? I hope I am. So maybe Owens taking some time off and then coming back to NXT is probably what's better for him, or even this is maybe a good way to get him up to the main roster because he doesn't need to be in NXT in the first place. Shocking, isn't it? I found this in my basement the other day. It's an old fire starter. Take a look. Anyway, So Zayn's going to be out for a year, and I read on Facebook somebody go, well, that means Owens is keeping the belt. Owens is keeping the NXT title for the rest of the year. And I don't think anything could be further from the truth. I honestly think you have Owens and Balor in Japan, kind of Balor's home turf, if you will, in Japan, in Tokyo, on the 4th of July, on an American holiday, which nobody in Japan gives a fuck about. But anyway, on the 4th of July, I honestly think that's when Owens is going to lose the belt to Finn Balor, and you're going to see a new NXT champion, which to me, Balor shouldn't be there in the first place. He should have went right to the main roster, but WWE feels like, hey, we got to season this guy up a bit. All well and good. I'm fine with it. So then the question is, what do you do with Kevin Owens after he loses the belt? Do you have him stay on the main roster? Do you go back to NXT? Well, I got an idea here that may surprise you. Stick around and see what it is. We'll be right back.
Captain, we're caught in some kind of tractor beam.
Open a channel!
I sense a presence I've not felt in a long time. Nerds!
You again. Look, we're not nerds. If we're nerds, you're nerds.
Yeah, right. I'm a Sith Lord, and you're a bald guy in pajamas. Can you do this?
No, because that doesn't make any sense. If people can do that, why does anyone have a gun?
Oh, because you have to have the reflexes of a Force Master?
Oh, so you have to be magic then. That's dumb.
Oh, okay, the Force is dumb, but you beaming people all over the place isn't.
It's science! We convert a person or object into an energy pattern through a process called demon.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, pack your dialogue with bullshit pseudoscience.
We don't do that!
Sir, we cannot compensate for the gravimetric interference.
Not now, Geordie.
Oh, I feel like I'm in science class, but I'm getting dumber.
You want to talk about pseudoscience? Midichlorians, then.
That doesn't count.
How about politics? The Galactic Senate, then.
Doesn't count either.
Oh, great. So tell me, what does count as Star Wars?
The Clone Wars cartoon and the original 3 movies. Except the Ewoks. They're dumb. Oh, yeah, hilarious. Almost as hilarious as Star Trek V.
We don't speak of the odd-numbered Star Trek movies.
That's weird, because it seems like all you do is talk.
Your simple shoot-'em-up mind just can't handle these complex, nuanced issues.
Boring. Oh, yeah, your stuff is so nuanced. Be nice to Data and don't be racist to aliens. There, I solved Star Trek.
It's far more intelligent than your dark side, light side nonsense. Star Wars is like philosophy for children.
Yeah, sorry, we have to keep it simple to, move the plot along and have some action.
Star Trek has plenty of action.
Captain, will you be attending my poetry reading later?
God, Data, seriously.
The only strong Star Trek character gets his ass kicked all the time.
Enough! I won't sit here any longer and be insulted.
Oh man, the Force rules. Oh, Warp sucks so bad.
Yes, very funny, Lord Vader, but I'm afraid that while you were prattling on, we were collecting valuable information about your space station and have detected a weakness. Target the exhaust port. Fire photon torpedoes.
Photon torpedoes? What are those, like geek-ass proton torpedoes? Your special effects are lame.
That's not the point!
Yes, it is.
Wow. That video is courtesy of College Humor. Apparently they cooked that up, and it'll probably get copyright flagged and blah blah blah, but yet it's all over Facebook, so everybody's sharing it anyway, so whatever. Anyway, my bit for Owens is this. You have him drop the NXT title to Finn Balor in Tokyo on the 4th. You have him have his little rubber match with John Cena at Battleground, and I think it's Battleground. Yeah, it's Battleground. So you have him drop that title or you have him drop the title. You have him have his rubber match at Battleground, and you have him beat John Cena clean again. Therefore, John Cena could go off, do something else. Maybe even, he's going to be at SummerSlam doing something. Maybe even, stick him in there with Sheamus or something stupid like that. But who cares? It's fucking Cena, and fanboys and girls are going to fucking go wherever. But anyway, the bottom line is you could do whatever you want with Cena. You could put him in a 6-sided stick fight, and people won't care. But with Owens, you have to have him win. Yeah, okay, Cena, you got your win back, whatever. Have the rubber match, put the guy over. Everybody's like, Cena's putting people over with this. Well, let him go ahead and put someone over without having to get his win back. The night after Battleground, you have Owens come out and say, I just beat the great John Cena. Okay? I gotta rewind, though. Well, first at Battleground, you gotta have Brock Lesnar take the title off of Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, to me, has been... I don't want to say it, but I will say it. He's been a paper champion. He's not been drawing that well. He's not been as compelling as a Lesnar was. And maybe it was the idea that Lesnar went away and then came back for a little while, and that you didn't need the title in the main event all the time, but... It's time for Rollins to lose it. I'm sorry. It worked for a little bit. It was okay, but I just think that it wasn't his time. Okay? It just wasn't his time. I was nice to see it. They pretty much did it as fan service because nobody wanted to see Roman Reigns as the champion, and you needed to get the belt off of Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania somehow. That's the only reason why he's there. They weren't going to give it to Batista. They weren't going to give it to Reigns. So you had to have Rollins come down and do it. It makes sense. Rollins has now served his purpose as champion. Granted, he's a damn good worker. I'm a big fucking fan of his, but now is just not, that's not the place for him. Not with the way they've been building, bottom line is you need to have him drop the belt to Lesnar, okay? SummerSlam comes around, maybe the night after WrestleMania, or night after Battleground, you have Lesnar come out and go, hey, I'm the champion again, blah, 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 or have Paul Heyman come out, I'm the champ again, This time we're not going to lose at SummerSlam. We're not going to lose in some triple threat match. All my matches from here on out, I have it in my contract here. All my matches from here on out are one-on-one matches or something stupid like that, okay? It doesn't matter because out from the back is going to come Kevin Owens. He's going to have a damn nice Titantron this time instead of the NXT thing everywhere. This is going to cement the fact that Kevin Owens is on the main roster. He's no longer in NXT. He no longer needs to be in NXT. This is a good way to tell the audience, hey, this guy is here to stay and he's here to make an impact. You have Owens come out and go, you know what? I think I'm next in line for that, and let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. I just beat John Cena. I just beat the man clean twice. I beat him twice. Maybe not in a row, but I've beaten him twice. Here's him. I've beaten the figurehead of this company, the voice of this company, the face of WWE. I've beaten him now cleanly in the middle of this ring 2 times in a row. I'm a prize fighter. I may not have the NXT title anymore, but that's in the past. That's small potatoes. And I damn sure don't want to go after the rinky-dink US title anymore. That's small potatoes too. John Cena could stay down at the bottom of the card with that. I'm a prize fighter. You have what I want. You have the biggest prize of them all. You have the biggest prize in this business. Therefore, you have the most to make in this business money-wise. And I want to make that money. I have a family to feed. You have a wife and kids up there in Minnesota that's been bought and paid for 10 times over. You don't need this. You don't love this like I do. You don't love this business like I do. I want a title shot. That's not just a belt you have around your shoulder. That's a dinner plate. My family's dinner plate. I want that dinner plate because it's bigger than than any one I've ever had before. Maybe he rubs his stomach and does the whole Roy Nelson bit about his belly. No, I don't think they should go that route, but I could see it happening. But anyway, bottom line is that you have Kevin Owens versus Brock Lesnar for the title at SummerSlam. And you start using Lesnar as a way to make new guys. I mean, he made Seth Rollins without Rollins even getting pinned, okay? Because Rollins pinned, I think he pinned Reigns. Anyway, but the thing is that Owens is ready. With the way they've been having him come out and do more extravagant stuff, powerbombing Machine Gun Kelly off the stage, which, oh God, if there was ever a guy that deserved to be powerbombed off a stage, it's him. But the problem I see with this whole thing is, who do you have face Owens after all this? And my logic here is going into the next pay-per-view in October, because I'm just thinking about, you have Lesnar's going to disappear for a little while again after SummerSlam, which the goddamn promos, come on, can you guys see it now? The promos each and every week between Paul Heyman and Kevin Owens. Wow. That's money. If that doesn't drive you to buy the network, what else will? If that doesn't drive you to, or if that doesn't get you to tune in, nothing's gonna. You got Kevin Owens on the stick and Paul Heyman on the stick. That's it. That's all you need. You don't even have to have Lesnar show up, which 9 times out of 10 he won't anyway. But after SummerSlam, I think the most logical guy you put him with is Randy Orton. Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens would be phenomenal. Granted, here and there you get him, Rollins versus Owens would be good too, because Rollins could come out and say, hey, that's mine, whatever. You keep building and building and building and building until Royal Rumble. And here's where it gets interesting, and I know this is where a lot of people are going to go, well, it's not going to happen, and maybe it won't. Maybe I'm just armchair booking here, the old armchair. I'm leaning on one now, the old armchair booking. And you keep building and building and building. Royal Rumble comes around. You have Owens here. He's beaten Orton. He's beaten Roman Reigns. He's beaten Sheamus for that belt, okay? Maybe Sheamus comes in and cashes in and loses. I doubt it, but whatever. Sheamus is probably going to be the one to win, to take the belt off of Owens in the end, but actually, I don't think he should. I think Owens, maybe in the height of all this at Survivor Series, you have Owens versus Randy Orton and whatever. Sheamus tries to come out after the match, but Randy Orton, stops it or something, and then you start that feud again. I don't know how to really, I haven't really thought it out. I'm doing this on the fly. Maybe Sheamus waits till after WrestleMania of next year to cash this thing in, but I think that you have at the Royal Rumble one of your entrants be Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe comes out and wins the Royal Rumble. Samoa Joe comes out there, and now all of a sudden he's going to meet the champion at WrestleMania, whoever that may be. And I'm going to say it right now. Again, a lot of people are going to go, "You stupid Mark. It ain't never going to happen." So what if it doesn't? I'm just thinking out of my head and my ass a little bit here. I think that in the end, you come out, you have at WrestleMania, the main event of WrestleMania next year is Kevin Owens taking on Samoa Joe for the WWE title. Now, granted, they're already fighting in NXT right now, but that's NXT. They haven't fought on a bigger stage yet, and I'm sorry, there's still a lot of people out there who don't watch NXT, even though they have the network. I haven't watched it yet this week. Probably going to watch it after I record this video. But anyway, that's, in my opinion, and from what I read, the match that they have is a schmoz. So they never really touch each other. It's a big brawl to end it. And maybe you have that carry over to the main roster come WrestleMania. Just like I said, I'm just thinking on the fly here. But bottom line is, regardless of what you do after SummerSlam and at WrestleMania, you have in New York City, SummerSlam coming around, Barclays Center. You need a big match for SummerSlam. It's probably the third biggest pay-per-view of the year. It's one of the big four. You got to have something to pop that crowd. It's a New York crowd. They're going to be fucking fickle. They're not going to want to see some rinky-dink match. As Casey Carlisle and I were talking a couple weeks ago, that New York crowd is way different than any other crowd in the world. They're smartened up. They know what the fuck they want. You give them Joe versus Brock Lesnar, and they're going to eat that shit up because they know it's going to be a hard-hitting, stiff-as-fuck, suplex city, whatever match. They're going to eat that shit up. But anyway, that's my little bit here for now. I'm going to be interviewing Phil Stamper, a.k.a. Nate Stein. If you're a CZW fan, you'll know who Nate Stein is. You've seen him on a couple of their pay-per-views. We're going to ask him a little bit about his role in CZW as well as elsewhere, as well as AIWF. I think he's got a match coming up on the 26th. Or 27th, one of the two, where he's going to be doing a deal or no deal thing. And we'll get into the whole deal or no deal bit with him in our interview. I want to thank you guys so much for watching here today, and we'll see you down the road.